So this train is which train?
This is the Mail and Express.
Right.
Out of Chicago, Detroit, and Buffalo.
And its consist is mostly
it's all head-end.
Head-end cars, eh?
There's one employee car right on the front. Right there. So the paperwork, this is train 350 on July 16, 1956. It's coming from Chicago, Illinois. It's going to the Michigan Central Terminal, and then it's heading on for Buffalo. The engine is Hudson 5343, and it has decoder number 43. Okay. Here's the schedule. Leaving Chicago at 1:30, arriving at 1:47, and he's got about an hour to do all this switching fast time. So that's about 20 minutes because I use a 3 to 1 clock. So let's just move down to, these are the cars that are currently on the train out of Chicago. These are the cars that are going, they're going on to Buffalo. These cars are going to be dropped in the Michigan Central Terminal. This car will be picked up in Buffalo. These three cars will be picked up in Detroit. So this is the train. These three cars will be removed in Detroit. These three cars will be put onto the train in Detroit. Right. As it happens, they're way-billed for the REA and the post office in Buffalo. Okay. So I'm going to take these three cars that are going onto the train, get in behind the train here. And what I'm going to do is use those as a handle to pull off the three cars that are staying.
So normally you would flip the switch to green on this side and to protect yourself on the other with the red?
Yes.
Which is what, this light here?
Yes.
Okay.
So that protects me from anybody coming in from staging in Chicago and Livernois. Okay. So now we're going to 1, 2, 3, yep. Okay, now we're going to bring them back down here. We're going to put them onto this track, and then we'll be able to put them into the yard temporarily. Okay, now I need to put these three cars onto the train, and the Mail and Express will be ready to leave Detroit at that stage.
Now once the new consist is put onto the train, then there's new orders that are generated?
Yes.
That's a unique part about this operating system, or this card forward system, that at every move at a station, new orders are generated.
Well, the most interesting thing about ProTrak is it's real time.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the time when I left Chicago and arrived in Detroit, if there was some more head-end traffic came into town that was then prepared for this train, it would show up on the work order.
Right.
If it didn't arrive in time, it would never show up on the list, and it would go out tomorrow. Okay. So it's a real. It happens in real. So there'll be new paperwork for the switcher as well, showing that these 3 cars have arrived.
Yes.
And where they go, which industry. Presumably this one is an RPO, so it'll go into the mail facility. These, it's hard to tell. They could have mail or they could have express. So I'm just going to put them on this track to get them out of the way for the moment. And we'll have the other train ready to go. Get this guy completely out of the way. Okay. There's 350.
Right, so
now we've come out of Chicago and we're in Michigan Central Terminal at the passenger. I'm going to report it.
Right. So that's, when you report it, what's that saying, that it's arrived?
I've arrived and I've done the work.
Okay.
Where did 350 go? Here he is, here.
So now you're going to generate a new...
So these, you can see this was the PFB, the Great Northern, and the GARX that were put on the train.
Yeah.
The other 3 cars have disappeared.
Because
and in fact, there is the switcher, and there's the 3 cars right there that he's supposed to pick up.
Ah, got it.
Okay,
yeah.
And that'll tell him where to put those cars.
Okay.
In Detroit. I'm still slated to pick up the Santa Fe car in Buffalo.
Right.
Okay? So now I print my
new train list.
New train list, new train consist, so it's essentially the engineer's warrant to leave town.
So this is a fairly paper-intense program in that it's following the prototype, right? Then you're getting new orders in every town.
Yes. Everywhere you do work.
Yeah.
So for freight trains, it's at yards.
Mm-hmm.
For passenger trains, it's typically at passenger stations.
Right.
So that gives him permission to leave, and he should be leaving at 2:55 in the morning.
Okay.
So we took about 20 or 25 minutes there to do the work.
Right.
So he'll be about on time.
Excellent. Let's just pass through Windsor.
So we've got a double green on the signals there, which is clear sailing for them. Okay, my paperwork here, I've got 3 cars to drop, the last 3 in the train, and 1 car to pick up, which is this stainless steel Santa Fe car back here.
That?
The Santa Fe car here, the stainless steel one.
Right.
So normally a station switcher would do this, but we're going to use our Hudson. Thought I could drop this car in here, but there's no room there.
You have to put it on the
You have to put it on the main
lathe. Yeah.
Okay, so we've done the switching work at Buffalo at the REA facility. So we've done that part of the job. Now he's simply going on to staging, which happens to be the same track as his as the lead. So we finished the job there now.
Okay.
Now that I've completed the switching in Buffalo, I need to report in to ProTrak and tell them I've done it. And then simply reported. You can see the radio button is on Buffalo Central Terminal. Now we're going to S in the name means that it's the staging track. So and it's a turn in this case. So I'm simply reporting. It's asking me, is this now train 139? Which it is, because it's going back the other way. It's at Buffalo Central Terminal 11S staging track, which it is. So everything is fine. So we'll simply say fine. Thank you very much. So that's the run of Mail and Express 350 across the system.